Всем привет, доброго вечера. Ну что ж, продолжим сегодня стримить прохождение квеста Дэхьи. Мы остановились на том, что нам нужно отправиться к лагерю Дакан-Аль-Ахмара. Я тут портнулась недалеко. Нужно будет добежать до этого дела. Сейчас, прежде чем побегу, я открою чатик. Надеюсь, сегодня у нас все будет нормально работать в плане звука и так далее. Так, разобраться бы, как туда добраться. Ай, Джунли, прыгай. Привет, привет. Как дела? Да, я все починила, но я немножко недовольна. Мне что-то расстроили мои новые наушники. Не хотят работать, гады такие. Пришлось доставать свои хорошие наушники, которые у меня для музыки. Но, в общем, что-то я, короче. Но главное, что, да, все починила, все работает. Мне теперь все слышно. Надеюсь, и вам тоже.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead.
Кстати, я накрутила Дэхьи вчера. Поздравь меня тоже. И кто же мне там еще? Калей нападала, Барбара, которая у меня уже С6. Ну, главное, что Дэхьи теперь тоже в моей команде.
Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves.
Спасибо, спасибо.
I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Dear, why are you here?
Things are about to get dicey. Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Gather! Order guide you!
Sharing my knowledge. Hey,
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Так, что их тут многовато.
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
this way for the
Here comes the catch.
roll.
Torn to oblivion.
Stabilize. She's so strong.
Оу, круто. 3 короны и Сигну докачал. Круто. Ну ты, блин, быстрее всех. Я ее даже пока качать не буду, потому что мне хватает кого качать. Я тут занялась тем, что оружие некоторым до 90 прокачала. И то не всем, кому надо. Короче, мне тут еще есть чем заняться.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your
Я
skull
надеюсь, с
in
ее
some
папой
more?
ничего не случилось.
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dia, the boss can't come out and see you
Ну,
anymore.
понятно, блин.
He died a long time ago.
Те гады пользовались его именем.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Значит, это месть, и вот в чем причина.
Let me start from the beginning. Dia, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
Так, Усайла был уверен, что ему не уйти от прошлого.
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dia and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dia, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle?
Я так и знала, что папа Дэхьи не такой уж и плохой, как она о нем думает.
When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
Господи, как это грустно.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
Но от ваших налетов пострадали не только члены реликвии Дешрета.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Отвечать насилием на насилие, только умножать ошибки. Ну, конечно, хорошо рассуждать, такие пришли из ниоткуда. Неизвестно откуда, и такие, да, умничают.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it, but in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dia. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dia? You wanna go with them?
Но я почему-то не сомневаюсь в том, что она пойдет с ними. Я собираю, ну, как бы, я надеюсь, наша главная героиня ей поможет. Я просто сейчас залипла, задумалась о том, что у папы Дэхьи нет никаких ушек кошачьих. Она там рассуждала, что там мама, наверное, какая-то там была, непонятно кто, но получается у нее мама была вот такой раз. Я думаю, интересно было бы узнать теперь про ее маму. Но, увы, к сожалению, наверное, нам не расскажет.
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed.
Подождать до конца, хорошо, ладно, будет неожиданный поворот.
Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know
Okay.
if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Да, я пойду с ней, конечно же.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
Так. Это прям на краю карты, которая у меня открыта. Значит, там есть что спойлерить. Ну, конечно. Надеюсь, все заканчивается не как обычно у Михуё. У меня много чего не открыто, даже подземелья некоторые, да. Даже в Надзуме есть подземелья, которые у меня не открыты. Вот так вот я играю часто. В последнее время. Да. Ой, ну что теперь? Может, тебе не так страшно?
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
У меня
Should be.
еще
I don't think
Хогвартс.
there's enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
Мне еще Хогвартс надо проходить. Я не филоню. И вы там мне еще кучу игр предложили. Так, ну я, наверное, все-таки попробую другой какой-то отряд свой. Господи, что? Что происходит? Куда они делись? А, а. Вообще не узнала. А. Кошмар.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
Да, два отряда лоли, которые я хочу довести до ума, но опять же это все впереди. Они пока друг с дружкой не очень, к сожалению. Но мне просто нравится, что есть такие отряды.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
3 отряда милфочек, круто.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
Так.
Gotcha. These are about to get psyched.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Race to the wicked! Gather! This is order.
Busted.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Here comes the cash.
Solidify!
Quietly now.
Enhanced animal module 70.
I will have order. Dawn, break forth!
You want this one? This way, follow me. We're almost there.
вот и
You
ловушка.
guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way
Не
through.
нравится мне уже вот это вот дело. Было уже что-то похожее по квесту.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could. Let's go! We can't let the boss down.
Let's check if there's another way. The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go.
Так. Ха-ха-ха. Интересно. Так, выше. Сменить цвет.
Gather!
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Паймон, миленькая. Поколдовать. Как-то я поколдую. Так. Что-то тут. Пониже. Ага, на самом деле, на тему прохождения всяких данжей я еще в Инадзоме сундуки не собрала, и даже, по-моему, в Манштате не все закрыла. Поэтому я не спешу с пустыней вообще. А!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Dawn, break forth! This is order. Gather!
Stand clear. Animal hypostasis emulation.
Flames, purge! Stabilize!
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Absorption test.
Я у тебя, кстати, хотела спросить, как ты вообще относишься к тому, чтобы перебраться на YouTube на время? Потому что что-то я... Ну, нет, геншин я пока что буду также стримить здесь, но я думаю, что, возможно, все-таки даже с геншином на YouTube пойти. Ну, посмотрим, пока не знаю, думаю.
Gotcha.
Stand clear.
Order guide you.
Things are about to get dicey.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Swirl, mark 2.
This is order.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
Absorption tech.
Ой. Да, согласна, Twitch привычнее. Мне еще кажется, он такой немножко ламповый, что ли. Ну, по крайней мере, у меня. То есть, как бы, мне здесь поспокойнее в каком-то смысле играть. YouTube, не знаю. С одной стороны, просто там такие замороченные настройки. Я думала, получится нормально стримить и тут, и там. А приходится менять их, и я что-то думаю, блин... может быть, попробовать пока на какой-то одной площадке. В общем, я пока подумаю на эту тему. Twitch мне нравится, у него свои плюсы есть, но и YouTube тоже по-своему. Там зато мне не надо мучиться с загрузкой этих стримов, сразу все туда сохранилось и все. Вот, короче, ладно. Ну, я просто хотела узнать, на самом деле, удобно ли тебе в случае чего будет. Так. Снова нужно поменять что-то там. Что-то там повернуть куда-то. Или может просто цвет поменять пока? Не. Вот, да, это как раз одна из причин, по которой я вот сижу и думаю, ну... аудитория на YouTube просто больше людей, и если как бы они там какие-то странные, ну не если странные, не в этом смысле, а то, что, как бы это сказать, их там больше просто. И, соответственно, чем больше людей разных, тем больше шансов нарваться на кого-то, кто... Я, например, вот сегодня с утра такая захожу к себе на YouTube-канальчик, смотрю, опа, на трансляции кто-то дизлайк поставил, такая. Ну, я так не расстроилась, но задумалась. Думаю, блин, ну если тебе что-то не нравится, ну, ты просто закрой, не смотри. Ну, вот я не понимаю вот этого дела, конечно. Так, надо сосредоточиться на загадке. Поэтому, как бы, ну, я прекрасно понимаю, что чем больше людей теоретически может попасть на трансляцию, тем непредсказуемее, собственно, от этих людей какая-то реакция. Вот, и на Твиче, не знаю, мне здесь как-то действительно кажется более лампово и уютно, хотя, ну, то есть всегда, по крайней мере, сколько я стримлю, а я уже почти год стримлю, все вежливые достаточно, как бы, ну, и больше к стримам привычные. Мне кажется, на Ютубе реально просто люди, может быть, ну, там же разные видео, не только стримы. Короче, озадачилась я. Вот, и не пойму, что с этим сделать. Повернуть его куда-то надо, наверное. Сейчас я просто заболтаюсь, потеряю всю логику. Так, может быть, вниз. Вот, как-то так. А еще, кстати, у меня для тебя новость. Ты пропустил тот стрим, а я там выругалась. Я не сдержалась. Там на меня нападали пауки, и я такая расстроилась. И там есть такая фигня, что если здесь я могу смонтировать, то там заморочено слишком. Так, все, я же говорю, окончательно запуталась. Ниже, выше. Так, что там? Ахахахаха. Ты ждал, что я выругаюсь, но вот ты пропустил этот момент. Так, наверное, на фиолетовый надо поменять все-таки, а это вверх поднять. Ай. Выше. наконец-то. Ха, да. Но с другой стороны, на Ютубе тоже куча. На Ютубе тоже есть люди, и тоже они как бы там вполне себе есть и нормальные. Ну, по крайней мере, то, что я до этого постримила Хогвартс, сколько там ребят заходило, со всеми нормально общались, все было нормально. Вот. В общем, я не знаю. Ой, какие птички классные.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side.
Некто мешал, глава реликвии Дешрета.
But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run. Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers. They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory. Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Quietly now.
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 7.
Dawn, break forth!
Things are
You're just getting started.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Yeah.
Patience. This is order. Flames, purge!
Regret.
Let's end this now!
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Stand clear. Absorption test. Swirl. Mark 2.
I will have order. Dawn, break forth! Now testing my patience. Well.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Brothers! With me. This is where we prove our faith.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
This is order.
Embrace the storm!
Gotcha. Here
Where do
comes
you
the
think
catch.
you're going?
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 7.
Gather. Flames, purge! Order guide you.
Я ждала этого комментария, да.
The commander has finally fallen.
Но я специально ее не достаю.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Get out of my way!
Так, а вот и наша братюня.
Come and face me, Mishal! Ugh, so they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
Это что сейчас было?
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Что-то как-то уровень жестокости подскочил.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Mishal.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Hey, wait!
Куда это он пошел? Ну,
We were
понадеюсь,
too
да.
late.
Так, что поздно, кто это?
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Нерешительный наемник.
Hey, dear! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Ух ты.
Let's go.
К слову, кстати, вот вспомнила про аудиторию, то, что на ютубе больше людей, больше шансов нарваться на кого-нибудь там, чего-нибудь. Мне также на Твиче, кстати, говорили, вот когда-то давненько, что, мол, на Твиче это тоже, типа, зря ты думаешь, что здесь все так миленько, спокойненько. Вот, но, к счастью... А, подъемник куда уехал? Как его включить-то теперь? Может он меня поднять? Но все здесь вроде нормально. Поэтому, может, как бы зря я паникую. Переживаю из-за этого. Подъемник, вернись. Вернись. Так. Активировать. О. Наконец-то.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you
О,
always
Господи.
pestering us?
Какой грубый шахбут.
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after? Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
Так, архив же сгорел.
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me!
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down? Kusela. Ah, Yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in.
Ого, вот это поворот.
But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud.
Он выжил?
And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Ура, есть надежда на то, что папа Дэхьи жив.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
Так. Валяется? Да, кто-то валяется. Наверное, это тот наемник.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Tia.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dia's father used.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh?
Угу. Такая уж простая трость у него.
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dia has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dia, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dia, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Так. Так, концовка, да, действительно лапонькая. Получив информацию. Ну все уже, да. Ждала, когда они все уберут текст.
What's this?
Дэхьи, правда, миленькая, и папа у нее миленький. Я так и знала, что папа будет классный. Я знала.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say.
Но еще бы меня больше порадовало, если бы папа Дэхьи остался жив.
These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
Это еще не конец, хорошо. Я тут скрестила пальчики. Она редко тратит карманные деньги на друзей.
Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy. Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior Zad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Все произошло слишком быстро.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites, all of us.
Но свои истинные чувства нельзя подвергать сомнению.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
Ну, мне кажется, Дэхьи зря себя так наказывает. Все-таки она же ничего этого не знала.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Dia, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
Dia, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Так, идем на базар.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey, aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk? Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the core after this.
Ну, говорит он, конечно, ну как это правильно назвать-то? Как будто у него язык распух. Видимо, попытался откусить, да не смог. Ну, понятно.
Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it, probably belonged to a woman. And a
М.
hair clip? Why are these things here?
Наверное, это её мама.
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Ну, не знаю, не знаю.
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Dia. It's a letter for me?
Лучше читай при себя. Ну, я бы тоже послушала.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone.
Нет.
You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Что? Как? Ну какого?
Wait, what?
Какой неожиданный поворот.
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle. Anyway, Dia, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
Ну, блин. Какая загадочная получается история у Дэхьи. Мы не знаем о ней. Точнее, мы знаем о ней кое-что, но о ее семье мы не знаем ничего. Папа, который воспитывал, оказался просто приемным отцом. Эх, ну, Да.
I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
Да, не хочется, конечно, чтобы его усилия пропали даром. В общем, ее приемный папа, папа ее, да, вызывает у меня лично симпатию.
I'll help too.
Было бы здорово, конечно, помочь Дэхьи и узнать, что же с ней в действительности случилось в детстве.
Thank you, all of you.
Чем интригу развели
Thank you so
опять.
much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Я, конечно, надеялась, что папа Дэхьи выжил. Такие дела. Что у нас еще тут есть? Задание завершено. Встреча с Фарузан. Кариберт предлагаю в другой раз начать. Встреча Фарузан, наверное, тоже. Давайте не будем все в кучу сбрасывать. Прикольно. Папха, богатый купец. Да, блин, на самом деле попрощался с ней своеобразным образом. Прикольно сделали такую очень интересную концовку, что появился как будто бы его дух. Ну, видимо, он так написал письмо, что такое получилось оно предчувственное, чувственное. Так, нет, Кариберта мы пока не будем начинать. Хочу квесты. Вот. Ну, я думаю, можно немножко сходить. Шапку мне пофармить еще. Понимаю, я тоже. Вот, поэтому для меня как-то такие темы с папами тоже такие. Вызывающие эмоции, скажем так. Ну, на самом деле, я этот квест, мне кажется, все-таки не затянули. Обычно они так затягивают такие квесты и в пустыне. Столько драмы разводят. На этот раз, хоть и драматично, но, по крайней мере, все как-то на такой ноте закончили, обнадеживающей. Буду ждать продолжения про Дэхью, конечно. Ну, по сравнению с другими концовками, да, можно, наверное, так сказать. Ну, не знаю, мне бы хотелось, чтобы его папа хоть и приемный, но папа остался жив. Ну, я всегда за счастливые концовки. Чтобы все живы-здоровы.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. hypostasis emulation. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
I will have order. Ways to the wicked.
Gotcha.
А что ты еще из нового успел пройти? Так, чего? Не притрагивайся к линейке заданий Джехт. Ты понимаешь, что у меня поэтому пустыня и не открыта дальше? Я помню, что там у Джехт с папой случилось. Это же, вообще, я просто боюсь туда идти, потому что знаю... Я не знаю, что будет в квесте, но знаю, что там будет опять какая-то драма. Поэтому я вообще не хочу в эту пустыню дурацкую идти. Михуё просто, не знаю. Волкординчик надо рядом с собой ставить, когда играешь иногда. Круто, ты вообще как метеор все пролетел. Зато теперь я тебе не проспойлерю ничего.
Quietly now. These are about to get dicey.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Swirl. Mark.
This is order. Flames, purge!
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
I will have order. Solidify.
Busted. Game's up. Time's over.
Dawn, break forth.
А, кстати, из всего, что ты уже успел пройти новенького, тебе что больше всего понравилось? Есть там что-то интересное? Готовится ли мне к чему-то страшному? Потому что этот Карри Берд тоже у меня что-то не вызывает энтузиазма.
Stabilize.
Enhanced animal.
Here comes the catch.
Order guide. Ways to the wicked.
Gotcha. These are about to get dicey.
This is order.
Busted.
Absorption test. Animal hypostasis emulation.
Ways to the wicked.
Когда же уже мне шапка упадет? Ну, ё-моё, ну ладно, ну и ладно. В прошлый раз я когда сюда заходила, мне прям по 2 штуки падали. Прям что-то необычное было. Лапонька Дэхьи больше всего понравилась. По заданиям понравилась как раз линейка с Джехт, но жестко, но понравилось, но жестко. Звучит странно. Ну, я тогда это стримить, скорее всего, не буду.
Solidify.
Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over.
Order guide.
Stand clear. Animal test 63.
Ways to the wicked.
Пирамиды исследовать. Блин. Здорово, но Мне больше нравятся всякие события. И я очень расстраиваюсь, что они как-то их сливают, некоторые, вот с тем же Ратакита. Оно прикольное, но почему-то как-то концовку уже вот второй раз с событиями Ратакита такая фигня. Я не знаю, почему, что не так, почему все... Мне кажется, всем нравится и Надзума, и персонажи из Надзумы. Немножко обидно. Вот. Но тут вроде должно быть скоро новое событие. Я надеюсь, мы его тоже постримим. Я еще надеюсь, что я все-таки доведу до ума еще один отряд и буду бездну проходить. Вот. Такие дела. Ну, что ж, я, наверное, не буду вас утомлять таким моим рутинным фармом, потому что эти все данжики, они, наверное, уже всем поднадоели. А квесты начинать сейчас не очень хочется, потому что они все длинные, долгие, как обычно. Вот, поэтому на сегодня мы, наверное, закончим. Далек. Ты. Вот. Что ж, спасибо за внимание, рада была видеть. Хорошего вечера. До новых встреч. Пока-пока.